Revelation chapter 10 is what it talks about. Um, the death of Saul and his sons. Now the Philistines, which is of course the Palestinians over in Gaza today, fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled before the Philistines and fell slain or died on Mount Gilboa. And the Philistines overtook Saul and his sons, and the Philistines struck down or killed Jonathan and Abinadab and Malchishua, the son of Saul, or the sons of Saul. The battle pressed hard against Saul, and the archers found him, and he was wounded by the archers. Then Saul said to his armor-bearer, "Draw your sword and thrust me through it, lest these uncircumcised come and mistreat me." But his armor-bearer would not, for he feared greatly. Therefore Saul took his own sword and fell upon it. And when his armor-bearer saw that Saul was dead, he also fell upon his sword and died. Thus Saul died, he and his 3 sons, and all his house died together. And when all the men of Israel who were in the valley saw that the army had fled, and that Saul and his sons were dead, they abandoned their cities and fled, and the Philistines came and lived in them. The next day when the Philistines came to strip the slain, they found Saul and his sons fallen on Mount Gilboa. They stripped him and took his head, basically cut his head off, and his armor, and sent messengers throughout the land of the Philistines to carry the good news to their idols, or their demons, and to the people. They put his armor in the temple of their gods, or demons, and fastened his head in the temple of Dagon, or the temple of Satan. But when all Jabesh Gilead heard all that the Philistines had done to Saul, all the valiant men arose and took away the body of Saul and the bodies of his sons, and brought them to Jabesh. And they buried their bones under the oak in Jabesh, and fasted for 7 days, for about a week. So Saul died for his breach of faith, for sinning against God. He broke faith with the Lord in that day. It says that he broke faith with the Lord in that he did not keep the command of the Lord, and also consulted a medium seeking guidance, which is a big no-no to God. You don't seek people who act like they know the truth, or who act like they know the future. That's what I'm trying to say. Only God is the future, not man. So of course that's a big no-no to God, is people trying to seek these mediums, and God clearly is against that, because only God knows the future, not man. So it says, he did not seek guidance from the Lord, therefore the Lord put him to death and turned the kingdom over to David, the son of Jesse. So basically Saul messed up, and God had him killed, and then God gave the kingdom over to David. So Saul dies on Mount Gilboa, having in 1010 BC. Philistine forces advanced to Shunem from Aphek and prepared to attack the Israelites near their camp in Jezreel. When the Philistines attacked the next morning, the Israelites retreated up the slopes of Mount Gilboa. Saul and three of his sons were killed, and the Philistines triumphantly put their bodies on display in the temple of Dagon, or Satan, at Beth Shean. Later, men from Jabesh Gilead traveled through the night and recovered the bodies. They have a map here. You have Megiddo and Endor, Shunem, Jezreel, Anganim, Mount Gilboa, and Beth Shean. You zoom in, you have Mount Tabor, Megiddo, Shunem, Endor, Anganim, Mount Gilboa, Beth Shean, and Jordan Valley, or Jordan River. Of course, the Philistines come from where God is at today to go through Megiddo over to Shunem, and then yeah, that's where they attack Saul's forces. And Saul's forces retreats and go to Endor, where Saul consults a medium, and Saul's forces retreat to Mount Gilboa. So yeah. So here's the map of that right here. See that? That's it right there. So that's, of course, yeah. So yeah, you can see right here. It says Philistines attack up there, and Saul forces retreat, and then Saul consults the medium. That's why God had Saul put to death, because Saul sinned against God, and he wouldn't repent, and he also went and sought a medium that believed that they could know the truth, or that they can know the future, is what I'm trying to say. And like I said, only God knows the future, not man. So don't seek people that think they know the future. Only God is the future, not man. So of course it's a big no-no to God. And God even had Saul killed because of that, because he sinned against God. Saul wouldn't repent of it, and Saul went to talk to the medium to try and tell what his future hold, which is, like I said, only God is the future, not man. Anyway, that's chapter 10, and I'll be right back with chapter 11 here shortly.